From the floor of the CME Group, this is Danny Riley on this Thursday, July 8th. Again, it's very, and I hate to repeat myself every day, but it's extremely quiet. It's not just very quiet, it's extremely quiet. When we're looking over into the 2-year note options, it looks like there's about 5 guys in the pit. Over here in the Dow futures, it looks like there's about 10 guys. Behind me in the S&P futures, there's approximately 30 to 40 guys in the pit. It's just not, there's just nothing here. Now what happened again this morning was the S&P opened up a little higher at the 6420 to 6470 level, went up to the 6780 level, and then sold off. And part of this, we think, has a lot to do with the fact that the S&P, when it made its high of the day, had been up 44 plus handles from its opening, from where it opened yesterday. It closed 35 handles higher yesterday, and then we got about 8 handles higher today, and thus the market just kind of ran out of steam. You know, nothing really big sticking out that we could point out. Buyers and sellers are kind of limited here. When we came in this morning, there was about 300,000 minis traded, 315,000 minis traded, and we've just got 1.26 million minis traded on the day. So we haven't even broken a million minis traded. Now look we want to express to you that, you know, for us to be good at what we do, we need markets to be thrashing around. When they're quiet like this, it's really hard to get a read on it. You know, you've got all these different things that we look at, like the crude and the euro currency and overbought and RSIs and all this stuff being thrown at us. But when it's like this, it doesn't really matter. The market gravitates up and down based on who's long and who's short in the pit, or all the little stuff that's going on. There's no really big things to key off of. Now what we did see is we did think that the S&P would come down, and Tim will talk about this, so we thought it would come down and trade down to the Globex low, which was the 1055 even level. We got down to 55 half, and now we're trading around the 1058.70 level. There's just nothing going on here. I'd like to give you a little bit more to bite into, but you know what? It's just like anything in life. When things are cranking around, you can get in and get out, but when they're like this, we just don't see it. I'll let Tim come in and give it the technical side now.
Hi, once again, Top Notch Trading here. We're going through a phase right now of a halfway move. We came in on June 21st. The S&P went up to a high of 27.5 on the regular session, a high of Globex at 29.20. And when that high was made, Top Notch was looking for the retracement at a big fib level down to 0660. Well, the low since then has been 06 half, and if I recall, Danny mentioned that. And the key to that was the initial test of that low was 6 half that saw a move up to 24.25. Then the weekend came, and on the weekend, the S&P did see a move down to 0275 in the mini, 0310 in the big. But when we opened up on Tuesday after the holiday weekend, we never saw the light of day. Yesterday, Top Notch put out he was looking for 52.70. They didn't care about any kind of resistance yesterday. In any future, they spit at you. They weren't done. But now since I look back, that 27 half high with that 06 half low, 67 even was half the move. Right now we're sitting at 67.80 with the low of 55 half like Danny mentioned, and the fact we couldn't take out that Globex high right now is a red flag, so we got to watch out. Our last high was 64.20 before this 55 half low, and if you look at our opening range, 64.20, 64.70. So if we see one more move above the opening range, they could regroup and we could see another push higher with a total fib objective now of 84 half. We'll see what happens. We'll see you tomorrow.